Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. I believe in one thing, that only a life lived for others is a life worth living. Where the world ceases to be the scene of our personal hopes and wishes, where we face it as free beings admiring, asking, observing, there we enter the realm of art and science. Although I am a typical loner in daily life, my consciousness of belonging to the invisible community of those who strive for truth, beauty, and justice has preserved me from feeling isolated. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Any fool can know, the point is to understand. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Black holes are where God divided by zero. Creativity is intelligence having fun. Everything must be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead, his eyes are closed. I believe in standardizing automobiles. I do not believe in standardizing human beings. I believe in intuitions and inspirations. I sometimes feel that I am right. I do not know that I am. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. If A is a success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z. Work is X, Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. I am by heritage a Jew, by citizenship a Swiss, and by makeup a human being, and only a human being, without any special attachment to any state or national entity whatsoever. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. It occurred to me by intuition, and music was the driving force behind that intuition. My discovery was the result of musical perception. It would be possible to describe everything scientifically, but it would make no sense. It would be without meaning, as if you described a Beethoven symphony as a variation of wave pressure. I would teach peace rather than war. I would inculcate love rather than hate. If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. I cannot tell if I would have done any creative work of importance in music, but I do know that I get most joy in life out of my violin. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Love is a better master than duty. Logic will get you from A to Z. Imagination will get you everywhere. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. My passion for social justice has often brought me into conflict with people, as has my aversion to any obligation and dependence I did not regard as absolutely necessary. Never memorize something that you can look up. Once you can accept the universe as matter expanding into nothing that is something, wearing stripes with plaid comes easy. One thing I have learned in a long life, that all our science, measured against reality, is primitive and childlike, and yet it is the most precious thing we have. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. Science can flourish only in an atmosphere of free speech. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The greatest scientists are artists as well. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. The best way to cheer yourself is to cheer somebody else up. Time is an illusion. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. When you trip over love, it is easy to get up. But when you fall in love, it is impossible to stand again. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. You never fail until you stop trying.